This is actually a great book.
Wait, can I talk about the DM that you sent me?
Yeah, sure. What's the DM? We'll edit this if it's bad.
Okay.
What was it?
Well, first, my agent was like, do you know any celebrities can you send the book to?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I kind of know Ronny Chieng from this comedy show. So
Sure.
I DM'd you like, hey, can I send you a free book? And you were like, no. Do you remember that? And then I
do,
was like...
but did you continue the message? Don't
and
leave
then later, you were like, no, I'm just going to buy it so I can support you. But you like...
You almost... No, but you almost left that shit out.
No, there was like, I feel like there was a pause. There was like a few minutes before you said that.
No,
and
but,
I was like,
no,
oh,
but my
so
standard policy is when people who are struggling ask me to buy their book. When people ask me to buy their book, when friends ask me to buy their book, when friends want to send me their book, I say don't send it to me. I'll buy it because I think that helps the algorithm actually promote it more.
No, that makes sense.
And it's worth way more than sending it to me and then I just throw it in the garbage. I'd rather just buy it and throw it in the garbage.
Thank you. But I got scared for a second.
Oh, okay. Well, in this case, I actually bought it and then I read it and it was actually great.
And then
so congratulations.
Thank you.
No, it's really a good book. No, I know, like, the Illuminati makes me say that every single time we have a book on this show, but in this case, it actually is super funny. I was reading it, and every page was making me laugh, but what was also... It's also how much tragedy is in this book. Like, you go through a lot of shit, a lot of heavy shit. Like, there was there was family trauma growing up in Korea. There was physical, emotional abuse. You take meth at one point. You have no money.
No, I didn't. Wait.
Maybe that was another book. I'm sorry, I might be crossing books. And then there was...
I don't even remember. I might have.
And then you had no money, and then you got married, and you started a restaurant. Then the restaurant became super successful. Then the restaurant failed, and then you got divorced, and then now you're back. I couldn't even keep up with how much. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I still work at the restaurant.
Well, give it a plug.
Yeah.
What restaurant was it?
Oh, it's Mission Chinese food.
Okay, Mission Chinese. Yeah. I love that restaurant, but I never knew you were part of it.
Yeah, I was the wife, the stay-at-home wife.
Oh.
So that's part of the story, I think, right?
Right.
So like
Well, start from the start. Let's start from the start. So born in Korea.
Well, let's begin 100 years ago. Well, yeah, I do talk about like the very beginning, as far back as I know, which is my grandmother's story. Mm-hmm. And I know so much of my Korean history because my mom is a yapper, like a certified yapper.
What does that mean?
She's just yapping away. She has a lot to say.
I thought it was like a Korean vocation or something.
It sounds like, it does sound like the second person in the K-pop band, the yapper.
Yeah.
But no, she's a yapper, and so she's told me like my entire family history. And what I realized was I included it in the book, obviously, because I'm like, oh, this is why I'm so crazy, because this happened to my family and I'm mirroring them. But then I think that's why it's become kind of popular among Korean American immigrants or like children of immigrants, because they are always like, I asked my parents about the old country, which is Korea, but they'll never talk about it, and which makes sense because, like immigrants, I'm sure, have a lot of trauma and like, like assimilation.
Yeah, well, I mean, one thing is that you're not just a child of immigrants because you were born there.
Yeah, I'm not.
You only came to America when you were like 20, right?
I'm an immigrant.
Yeah, you're an immigrant, yeah.
It's complicated because I was born in Korea, but I was born already an American citizen.
Right.
My mom,
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Really, I thought I was lucky until, I don't know, 10 years ago or so.
Well, this is interesting because I also grew up outside of America in a different part of Asia, Singapore. So we I think we grew up.
We're enemies.
We're enemies, first of all. Well, in the old world, we're enemies. In the new world, we're forced to band together to fight tyranny. But if back in Asia, back in Asia, we each other.
We have 1 month to share with the Pacific Islanders.
Yes.
who we colonized.
We know, like, we both had a view of America, right, growing up, living outside of America. In my view, I don't know what your view of America was, but, like, it's weird. The 90s, outside America, looking in, in my ignorant, non-American eyes, it was like rose-tinted glasses. I was like, man, America looks awesome.
Yeah.
It's like Back to the Future. Michael Jordan is there, right?
TLC.
Yeah, TLC, Tupac. Yeah, it looked great, and so those were the things that made me want to come to America. It wasn't the Iraq War. You know what I mean?
No.
Like when we go like, let's go to America, it wasn't because you want to
about
participate in the war. It was because of all this other cultural, great cultural stuff. So I don't know what you were experiencing in Korea.
Yeah, I guess it's like the difference being Korea is, still has a heavy like American military presence, and there's a lot of like pro-American propaganda. So I grew up in that era. And they were still very much.
Oh, there's a lot of propaganda in America too. So.
There is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pro-Korean propaganda here, if you ask me.
Oh.
But then, like, so in Korea, there's like all this pro-American propaganda. But like it's like the truth is so nuanced, right? Because South Korea was helped by America, right? I'm not going to get into that, but. So I had a similar experience. Like they thought very highly of America. But then I had kind of a traumatizing childhood because of the way like biracial people are seen in Korea, which because I'm half white, you would think I would have white privilege, but in the 80s, they were like, you're obviously the leftover child of like a US military man. Right. So your mom is poor or whatever. And so that became the reason I got made fun of. Right. Which is funny that I like make fun of for being white and very different than like Asian Americans that grew up here. It's like the opposite experience.
It's also different in Singapore because the half white, half Asian people in Singapore, they leaned more white.
They're just like, we're white people.
Yeah, they leaned away from it mostly, you know. But you were half white, half Asian who like I guess I'm not sure by choice, but you lean more Korean. Like there's parts of this book where you write in Korean. You introduce Korean culture. Like you can speak Korean fluently. And you know the cuisine and the culture. So you're culturally very Korean. I'm culturally very Korean, even though the Koreans do not want to accept me. No, that's not true. That's not true. Are there Koreans here right now? Are there any Koreans here? They made fun of me. There's no Koreans here? No, they're scared. Okay. They're like, we're not with her. I told you, Ronny, I told you. That's not true. Look at the comment section. The comment section will be very supportive of you. Yeah, I think I see the Koreans out there. They're like, we don't know her. No. But this book, I mean, this is a lot of trauma for a kid to take. I don't think it's that much trauma, is it? Okay, is it no, I'm trying to give you. I don't know. No, I read this. I'm like, look, okay, the beatings I get because Singapore. I'm Asian. The beatings that doesn't faze me. I was gonna go in for a fist bump, but then that felt really inappropriate. Beatings. Beatings is good. I mean, at one point you end up in a meth house. That's kind of traumatic, right? I was in a house where everyone was doing meth. I didn't do meth, Ronny. Jesus, oh my God, my mom's watching. Okay, I'm sorry, you didn't do meth. You just hung out with. I did heroin and cocaine. Oh. Right. So. Thank you. That's in the book. Yeah. So, and you recommend that over meth, basically, right? I've never tried meth. All right. Yeah, no, I don't recommend any of it. Okay. For legal reasons, please tell the camera you don't recommend that. And then when you came to America, did the propaganda in Korea work? Did you think America was cool, and then you came here, and did it match your expectations? Oh my God, this isn't even part of the book, but this is a big part of my upbringing. So my dad is white. He's American. He's from Jersey City, and he like has not lived in the States in over 40 years now. And Jersey, best airport in the world. What? Newark, baby. Newark Airport. Fuck yeah, it's represent. So good. Yeah. Sponsored by Newark International Airport. But my dad is really interesting. He's like very anti-American. Oh. So I didn't even write about that in the book. That could be its own book. It's really weird. And so all the Koreans would be like, and also my dad is from Jersey City, but he dresses like a cowboy. This is a whole story. But like, sorry, I cussed. But no, it's okay. We can cuss on this. Yeah. You talk about taking cocaine. Okay, saying is the least of our problems on the. Yeah. This is gonna be like a bunch of beliefs. Anyway, so my dad.
was like really anti-American. So like the old Korean people would be like, "You're from America, yeah," and he'd be like, "It sucks." It's bad. Like the guy from like Born on the 4th of July, like, "No, let me tell you," like he was like that.
Wow.
So I had anti-American propaganda at home.
Oh, so it balanced out.
Yeah, balanced out. So now I'm neutral. I have no feelings about America.
But did he ever move back to America?
No, he's still in Korea.
Oh, he's still in Korea?
My mom, yeah.
He's the Korean white guy in Korea, just speaking Korean.
In Pangeri.
Wow.
Nobody knows where that is. Okay, if you were Korean, you would have laughed. It's like a farm like town. It's like very small.
He's a Korean farmer. Your white dad's a Korean. Your Jersey white dad became a Korean farmer.
I don't think he's doing any farming, but he does live in
The farmland. This is a triumph of multiculturalism,
Yeah.
really. This book to me felt like a lot like therapy. It was like going through therapy for you because again, it is very heavy. It genuinely is very funny on every page, but it's a lot of heavy stuff. Was it difficult going through these memories, when you were writing this?
I think I have this thing where I just kind of like blur things out, and then like 4 months later, I'll cry on the subway.
Okay.
I'm like, no, this is fine. I love this. And then it was just like out of nowhere, I'm like, I can't get out of bed. Like, I feel like I just like pummeled through it. But I think, the way that it's written, I accredit to my Korean culture, because this is like how all my family talks. They're like Korean country people. Everything is a joke, and they've been through a million times worse things than I've been through, which is, in the book. And it's just like how my brain was like, I think, culturally trained to think about stuff. And so even when I was writing it, I would just be like, crying, like, oh God, this is horrible. And then I would be like, I'd be like, anyway, I'm a dumb bitch. And I would like start laughing.
Right.
So I think my brain does that automatically. Like when it gets too sad.
Right.
I mean, a lot of people do that, right? It's like
Sure.
the
Use comedy to kind of work through the trauma.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
And it feels really good, honestly. I think what I was setting out to do with the book was to replicate the feeling of like when something really bad happens to you and you go to your friend's house, and then like let's say somebody broke up with you and you're like, yeah, and he's bald and ugly or whatever. And then your friend will say something like, remember that time he ripped his pants and you saw. So, never mind. I almost got a little carried away. Like,
right.
Remember when he ripped his pants and everyone laughed at it? And then you start laughing really hard when you're crying. Like, I'm trying to replicate that feeling in the book.
Right.
And so.
And I gotta say, I definitely think you succeeded in that.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my God, thank you.
Because I was laughing as I was like, if I had emotions, I would cry at this, but I could tell it's a very sad story. But thanks for writing the book, and thanks for surviving, persevering through it, and thanks for teaching people how to use comedy to work through trauma. And I hope the new restaurant venture succeeds, and you can stop working with your ex-husband. Is that?
It's not as bad as it sounds, but I hope that too.
Okay. Everybody, hey. I'm laughing because I'm crying. It's available now. Hey, Youngmi Mayer, everybody.